Optional.
It was optional.
And John, we will gotta hold you accountable.
The only question.
Good evening again, everyone. Again, my name is John Connolly, class of 2011, and I'm running unopposed to the office of BSG President. That's a situation that kind of is a blessing and a curse for me. You know, on the one hand, I don't have to worry about a stressful election campaign for next week. But on the other hand, I stand to lose that can come from having without a contested election. I don't know why none of the 30 possible candidates for BSG President are running against me, and I can't control their actions. All I can control is what I'm going to do as your BSG President next year. And in the short term, I intend to campaign as if I were opposed. So starting tomorrow, my website will be active. I'm going to have signs around campus. In the interest of saving paper, I'm not going to be slaughtering as many trees as usual, but I am going to go around all the freshman dorms and some of the upper class housing to introduce myself and ask for ideas about what BSG can do to improve student life. In the coming weeks, I intend to meet with student, faculty, and administrative leaders on campus to strengthen the relationships I already have and to be able to establish new ones. On this idea, a few ideas for each division of the college and use the summer months to lay the groundwork for a successful academic year. In that year, I have many ideas for improving life and expanding the role of BSG. I think we should have an online syllabus system so that we can use a course registration time to get a real sense of what we've been taught in courses. And I've been with Professor Lovett, who's the head of the committee on the budget, so that we can do that. I think that all the vending machines on campus should actually accept one card. And I'm trying to talk with Chelsea Reed in the coming days to see what's stopping us. I'm going to commit to attending Brunswick Town Council meeting itself, so that voting students have a voice in the community and don't get surprised by any more town ordinances or increased police funding. These ideas and many more are on my website. A lot of them may not be very exciting, and they're not the sort of thing that the fake election class is going to be promising in the next month. But they are doable, they are tangible, and they are useful, and they are things that we can get done this year. I will be open to any and all suggestions next year, and to any student to contact me with ideas. I may not be able to do legitimacy through an election, but I plan to earn it through action. Thank you.
Thanks, John. So my question comes back. We touched on earlier with honoring, but this idea of student engagement, or in this of engagement, it seems to me that there's only times good students care about what's going on within the administration or within BSG, and like something awful happens, like 6 or 7 hard alcohol transports in the course of 2 or 3 weeks. So I'd like you to talk a little bit about why students don't seem to care and make them care.
Sure. I think there's a lot of different issues to talk about here, but I think our primary reason that students is that they see it as an institution that's just all focused on itself, all focused on its own internal structures and things, and that it's really just a club for people who are in BSG. And that's not an entirely unearned thing. That's certainly been true sometimes in the past. Sometimes in the past it's been a year, and to an extent I've helped propagate it. And so that's something that's got to change. During the first semester next year, we're not going to touch the Constitution and the bylaws. It will be over my dead body that we play with anything. We need to actually do things people care about. Asked earlier, or mentioned earlier that it's what have you done for me lately? That's always from politics. We need to keep our student things that students care about. So, and we don't need to go around looking and pick fights. We've got issues already. The things I've already mentioned, or even things we've done like this year, gender housing. When I look at the online housing guide, it doesn't say anything about gender neutral. It says only single-sex students can live together. Apparently, we're pre-registered on some survey, but what happened? We should have adults. So we're going to work on that, right? And that's one of those great things that people got home with. I think, when the airport shut down at work, it's something that they shuttle back to the airport. But the airport was a tangible thing. So let's look at making that better. Let's try more shuttles. Let's try having more big buses. We've tried student drivers before, it didn't work. It doesn't mean we can't try hell again. I'm open to trying anything to re-engage in some of that.
Thanks, John.
John, this may be a little to that question, but let me just ask. You're running unopposed, and you said a few minutes ago you'd rather have an opponent running a campaign. You think it makes it the whole thing better. Obviously, it's too late now for any opponents. One idea that I thought was a good one was to hold the first semester. Think about such an idea.
An idea? I think it goes against what I talked about and as you noted, I think it goes against playing by their own rules or what they want to do, just because I can see that being just take a lot of time away from things we can actually do with the students. So while I don't think that's something we should consider for next fall, I might be able to self-touch too, I'm totally willing to do a referendum, a poll, how is BSG doing? On an egg on that base to keep the prompts that we're going to do. So I think that'd be a great idea, and I think we could think of a lot of different alternatives, possible changes to BSG, but I don't want to work on those first semester. I don't want to work on those to the end of next year. We had a year in terms of taking the course.
Great, thank you so much, John. I think that wraps up tonight's event. Thank you all for coming. To candidates I see in the audience.
And Seth. Thank you.